All right, we are live. Hi, everybody. This is Jessie from Topcoder, and we are excited to bring you a live design session with Fajar from Indonesia and Erianto from Indonesia. So I'm going to pass the baton right over to these talented designers to help you become a better one. So thank you and enjoy, everybody.
Hi guys, welcome back to May Design Month Topcoder, and we are now going to do some live design workshop for the next hour with Eriantoongko, one of our top member in Topcoder and a very good person and very good friend of mine. So, Erianto, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. I'm doing good. Hello, Fajar.
Great,
Hello,
great, great,
hello
great.
everybody.
Hi. It's been a, it's been a while since we are seeing you actively competed in the Topcoder challenge. Do you have any plan to go back and compete for the
Yeah,
near future?
I've been busy traveling before, and then I have another things to do, and I plan to compete again, maybe in this middle of it this year, but I'm not sure. I'll try my
Yeah.
best to get back to top coder as soon
I
as
see. I see.
possible.
Yeah. Busy spending all the money, right?
No, 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 no.
Okay. See. Okay, Arianto, let's start with a little background of yourself. When do you join Supporter? It's been a while. Have you joined since the beginning, or how do you find Topcoder and join and as a member?
Well, if you know No Fear, he is a friend of mine back in my college. So we uh, in the same class together, and then he introduced me with Topcoder. He said, if you're good at design, if you want to try to earn money from website, from online job, you can try Topcoder. And he showed me his earning, his work, and then at first I think this is a scam. So I register and never compete anything in Topcoder. But back then, after he withdrew his money, I try to compete, and then I win, and here I am until now.
I see. That's a great story. So, what kind of tools that you master it, and how many tools that you've been using in the Topcoder design challenge?
Uh, Before back then, we have several challenge, something like presentation. So I'm good at working with PowerPoint, and then I use for design. I usually mainly use Illustrator for my tools for design, but now I adapt to use the Sketch. I never used Photoshop for design before because it's very exhausting to use the uh, pixel tools to do the design. So when you enlarge the screen, it will be a big problem to adapt.
Oh, big slide. Yeah.
Yeah. So the size of the
Okay.
file is so big, so that's the problem.
Okay. So, how long have you been using Sketch for now? Until now?
I think it's the I think it's 2 years until now.
3 years?
Yep.
Oh, great. So it's still new, right? It's 3 years,
Yeah.
not really much. It's not a really long time for using some tools. But based on your experience for the last 3 years, do you experience something that makes Sketch is more superior than other design tools?
Yep. For me, the ability from Sketch to use the symbol, well, it's heavily used symbol as their interaction. So it's a time saver for us as a designer. So we can reuse the symbol. We can enter a value in the symbol rather than to edit the symbol back. We can save our time and then keep using that symbol in our design. So uh, I like Sketch because of that. And then it's very lightweight. It's only 37 megabyte compared to my Illustrator. It's about 1 gig or 2 gig after install on my Mac.
I see. Do you think any members will be get a benefit when they are trying to use Sketch in Topcoder Design Challenge? And
Yeah,
if so, what makes the benefit?
yeah. The thing that best in Sketch is it's it's specially designed to us as a UI and UX designer. So you can see the interface is very smooth. There's no gradient or mess. I mean, like Photoshop, the tools is it's very uh, specific for our industry. So you can see there's tools to export, and then we can get the code. We can use that for the developer, and then we can upload that straight to Marvel, straight to the, what do you call it? Uh, I don't remember the software. Let's see if I have this. Oh, the Zeppelin app.
I
Straight
see.
to that.
Okay. Okay. So based on your what I want to ask you something. Have you ever tried another design tools like Figma or XD that slowly have gained the popularity and right now being a top competitor with Sketch?
I think it must be XD because Adobe been pushing his features on XD, and it keeps adding new features. But I try XD before, but because it's just the first release, I stopped using it because there's many features that the XD missing. So I keep using Sketch till now.
Okay. Okay, then let's start the real thing. What in this live design, what will you create for us, and what kind of tips that you want to emphasize in this workshop that will make our designer life more better, have quicker work to create something for the design challenge, and more focus into the design thinking instead of having some preparation, long preparation to create the design.
I think I gonna talk about how you use your symbol in your design, and then the power of symbol so you can work effectively and efficiently when using Sketch. So how about to start now? I'm gonna share my
Okay,
screen.
great. Okay, have
Hello.
you sharing it? I cannot see it.
Okay. How
I'm
about
not
now?
able to see your screen.
How about now?
Okay,
Can
I
you
can
see
see it.
it? Okay.
Okay, I can see it now.
So
Yeah.
so I know that these things is not that new for many members, but I'm specifically talking to new designer that want to compete in Topcoder. Well, if you first time to use Sketch, you will daunted because this tools is very well. When you first open Sketch, it's something like, well, what this tool is, but uh, mainly I use Sketch. Uh, I create my own library. Let me show you my library. I use a template that I create before. So this is my template. So usually I start by using color. I add color from my, if client provided color, I will add the color and then use this color in my symbol. So we can work faster because we can keep changing the color by by changing this color from the symbol area. So let me show you. So this is the sketch. This is our sketch. So first thing that I used to do is I create a blank rectangle. and then I put a color in it. Let's say this is the color, and then this has no, I set the border to no color, and then I usually convert this as a symbol because, and I rename it as color. And what kind of color that client give you, you can type that on your symbol. Let's say this is color red as a alert, and you can create symbol. If you double click it, you can see this is the color. So if you see this is my symbol, and you can see this is my color palette, so I can use this, keep reusing in my design. Second thing is I want to show you is if you're able to manage to create your color palette, you can use it in your design, something like this. I copying some icons that from material design, and this is things that we're gonna use in our design. Okay, so this is icon for menu, and you see I grab this from material icon. This is a vector version, and I can add I usually add my color that I create before, something like this, primary, and then I usually drag this and select this two layer, and then I usually mask them. This is a symbol one, this is symbol, this is color from our symbol, and then I mask them. After that I get this, and then I usually rename this as an icon. Well, let's say this is menu, and I create symbol so I can use it. The advantage of using this method is you can changing your color directly from this override menu from the right side of the interface of from Sketch. So you can easily change your color here. Hello, Fajar, are you still there?
Yep. I'm giving the screen to you, so I mute my screen.
Okay.
Please continue.
Okay. So this method will save your time because in Sketch it's very daunting to change color. I love the feature from Illustrator that you can just press E for eyedropper and for the eyedropper, and then just pick the color. But here you cannot. Next thing that I want to show you that you can use reusable thing is with that color, you can use this as a background, and then let's see, let's just jump in. I'm sorry if I just keep jumping in and out from my design. Let's say that I'm creating this title bar for a dashboard. Let's say, as we design, we're gonna create a project dashboard. We'll create a sales performance dashboard here. I'm using screen for 1366 for width, and then 768 for the height. So this is my symbol. I resize it to, and then, sorry, I think the height is 64. I can change the color easily here. Well, and then I can, my work is, I a little bit freak about the measurement. So I usually keep copying layer to use it as a base for my design as a guide. So I just keep use align tool. It's faster that way. So let me create this as a symbol first. Icon, menu, dashboard, and I don't use this. Report, icon report. This is for icon more. This is icon account. So if you see this is icon, we can use because this is a lot in our stock guidelines, stock rules. We can use icons from material design.
So all this icon came from Google Material Design.
Yep. Settings.
Are you always using the icon from Material Design, or is there any other site that being allowed in Topcoder that you use, like flat icon or else? Or this is your favorite?
Yeah, my preferences is using material, but sometimes material can get so bored. So I change using maybe flat icon, or before I use icon set, but now it deprecated by Topcoder. So flat icon, and then actually mostly I use client. If client provided icon, I will use their icon,
I
or we
see.
can create from the scratch.
Yeah. So it's much more better if you just use the branding from client, right, rather than
Yeah,
taking some other design. But
yeah,
sometimes icon from client is not in our perspective. Sometimes it's not really cool, and we usually come on, let's use another design for the icons.
yeah.
Will you suggest that for creating the design, or should you stick with the design icon from client?
It depends. It depends uh, from the time limit. If the time is enough, well, we can suggest for the client to use another icon. If their icon set is not convey our ideas, I'm gonna create my icon.
I see. I see. So all these icons will be translated into symbol. Will you convert it into symbol?
Yep. Actually, I usually convert it as symbol. So usually something like this. This is not the finished one. I usually give the icon ability to change the color by using this way.
Hmm.
I usually mask them. Sorry. So this is, so usually I mask them. So we can change the color later.
Okay, so we can change all the color in the all pages at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah,
Yeah, it really save a lot of time, and I think traditional tools like Photoshop unable to achieve this kind of feature.
yeah. So let's say if we, I have several icons I created before, something like this. Yeah. So if you see, I changed my color. This is the color, and then I can change it. This is primary. If you see, this is primary one, and then I go to my color, This is my color primary one. This is my color primary one. And if I change this to another color, you can see it will change as another color. Let's say we use slightly violet, like a pink, a magenta. If we go back to our screen, so it's change our color to magenta. So when client changed the client said, oh, we need to change this color to another color. So we save our time by just change one item, and then in our design, all colors change. In the icon, in our text box, in our everything used the color will change automatically.
Okay. Cool.
I revert it, and then another things that I want to show you is this is time saving using this method. This is our text box. Sorry, this is a button. I usually create a button as a symbol so we can reuse it later. So one tips that I keep using until now is I use the symbol, the color as our symbol. If you see that I'm using this on our design, this is the button that I created before. I can change the color easily here. I'm sorry, I think this is something strange on my screen. Yep. So I can change my color to whatever the color that I create on my symbol. And I can label this button, I can override it, something like, okay. So it's very easy. So I can change this comment button into another things. So we create with icon, we can resize it. You see that now if we resize it acts strange, but we can tweak it by using this align, resizing on sketch. We can use this, the pin to edge on top, and then this size is fixed. The text needs to pin to edge, and then on center. So here it is. We can see this pattern. We're gonna sorry, we need to set this fixed size on height. Okay. So whenever we change it will going so smooth. It's something like XD features, right? And I think in Photoshop can do this. You cannot do this on Photoshop.
Yeah, responsive things is something that only the design tools like XD, Figma, Sketch able to achieve right now.
Yeah. You get
Okay.
question here? Oh.
Yeah. Let's continue with your dashboard design first, and then we can go into the QA.
Okay. So let's continue. So this is the icon. I changed the color to blue. So this is, I usually create my UIKit library too. So I usually create this kind of typography that provided by client. So it's kind of library, so I can go back this and then see that. Usually this is this things is I create as a styles, so I can reuse that later in future design. So let's say this is a client.
So this is to make sure the consistency stay the same throughout all the screens, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a nice tip. Nice tips. I always notice that you're not really using grid in your design.
Yeah,
Is there any particular reason why you're not using grid to arrange your layout?
because I usually use uh, this square. I usually use this measurement in my design. So something like this is I use a line heavily, like because grid. I never use grid because I
Because
I usually because I usually compare to the screen. I'm sorry. Hello.
yep, yep, I can hear you.
Because usually I use this method using square as a guide rather than using grid.
Okay, that's something that your style, right? So this is
Yeah,
your preferable style for doing design.
yeah.
Okay,
So I am entering this here. I can change this the positions. I can change this picture. I created this as a symbol so I can reuse later.
Where did you get the avatar?
Oh, the avatar. So this is avatar from. Let me show you. This is from iStock photo. This is my structure of my submissions folder. So if you see, I have stock folder created in my design. So this is the source of the stock that I use from iStock.
I see. You have the list, right? You have the source link, right? Make sure
Yeah,
that
I
you
have.
always
Yeah,
declare it in
I,
your design submission.
yeah. I usually note all the stock that I use, so I can decide if I use that. I will declare that in my notes. If you see, this is my notes for the stock that I use.
Okay,
So if in the future if I don't use that, I just remove it.
I see. Okay, please continue.
Okay, so if you dig in our symbol, you can see this is the structure. So this is I can change it to anything I want. So it's faster. So let's continue. Use color for this. Let me finish this first to create this mesh all.
This kind of preparation a little bit time consuming, right? For
Yeah,
the first, but
for the
after that,
first.
this is will be very useful whenever we are dealing with more
Diff-
than 10 screens, right?
yeah.
In our, do you remember in our last project, we got more than 230 screens that we need to update. And if we need to update one by one, that will be a really time consuming, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I usually invest in this kind of method. So, well, except you sure that if you submit your design and you win it and there's nothing final fix on your design, it's good. It's lucky for you. But if you have refinement and then client asks you to change anything, they're gonna be a mess for you. Okay.
Okay, so we've got all the icons being masking.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show me how, if we want to change the color to green or maybe brown, can I see it?
Okay, sure. Let me ask this first. Okay. I'm sorry, Fajar. Something. Okay. Okay. Something is weird. Okay, another. So see, this is all the icon that I create. I need to check set this as a symbol first. I usually rename my symbol as we rename our folder, so we can organize that symbol in pretty way. So this is icon for report. This is icon for menu. Okay, this is icon for. So when you search for, when you insert the symbol, is easier for you later.
Okay.
This is icon for account. I'm sorry, this is for card. This is for store. So our theme is for sales performance dashboard. Caution. Icon, and then this is for sales. This is icon for settings. So you can create the symbol. This is icon for more. All this icon we need to create a symbol. We can delete this after. Okay. This is menu. This is icon card. So you can change color. What do you mean? What is your question before, Fajar?
Change it to brown.
Change to
All of
brown,
them.
okay. All of them, okay. So this is our color. This is our symbol. If we go back, this is my color. We are using primary, and then we change to brown. If we go back to all this change to the brown.
Okay.
Except this, because this is all done, not the primary. So that's
It's
it.
a different.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, we can use our design.
Sorry?
We can use our icon here. So you see, if I using this box, the white box here, this is actually the color symbol that we create before. So when client asking to change color, we can change it easily. Let's use this as a gray, and then I usually use this color box as my guide. So if we insert our symbol icon right here, so this is a dashboard. You can change it to anything. So let's say this is white. See how easy that I just keep changing this. If you notice that I can refresh this style. Let's say I use body, and then this is a black one. I can revert it. I can use another color, like this white, and then create another style. I'm sorry. Body using white. I can update this later. So this is too big. One thing nice is from Sketch is that I can resize if I select. Let's say that I create this later that I'm gonna show you later. I usually create this as a symbol. I just copy and paste. This is as the background. I usually rename this as a new background, nav background, and then this is the title, and then I group them as one. This is nav. And then I usually nav before, and I create this as a symbol so I can use that later. I usually go back and then I create another set. Say that this is selected. So if the mouse hover to that I can change the color. So let's say if it's selected, it's gonna change to primary 2. And this is hover. So I can just copy, drag. So I need 4 of them. And then one for settings on the below. I can just rename settings. Let's say this is account. So this is report. This is sales. You see, now I want to change my icon. So I just now, this is my icon. You see the override. I can select anything. Let me check with my icon first. Usually, this problem is because your naming is not correct. So they're changing. This is settings. Oh, you know why that now that just only 2 icons that I can select? That because that the size of the artboard of the symbol is not the same. If you see this dashboard, is the icon for dashboard.
So it needs to stay the same. It have the
Yeah.
same width
Yeah.
and height.
You see, this is 24 and 25. If you see, we need to make that the same. Let's say this is 24. That's why we never see another icon in our symbol library. You see, this is 24 and 23. We need to make them appear the same.
So this is going to be the canvas or the artboard, right? Not
Yeah.
the icon size.
Yeah, this is for just the size for the artboard for the symbol. So if we change it, if they in the same, we can use it will appear in our library.
I see.
So this is 24, 24. Well, I forget to set that before. This is the icon that I set before. If you check them, they're all in the same dimension, 24 and 24.
I see. Okay.
Okay. And then if you see this, now we can change this. They all appear in the same.
Okay, that's good.
Okay,
Good to
because the
know.
size, yeah, the size now is the same. So all them appear. This is a count. We can select a count from our, wait, I think the account, we forget to select the count. This is it. This is the output 24. We need to change it to 24. This is the store 24 and 24. It is a bit time consuming at first, but it will save you time. This is some dashboard cells. We can create cells. We can change the color. Report. So it is very easy. We just click and select anything. Just the report. Because this is selected area, we can change this as a selected before, and this is selected. Yeah, that's easy. And then I need to change this. And then I usually using map from Mapbox or Google Maps. And then I screenshot that maps. This is the maps that I screenshot before. I grabbed them from Mapbox. You can see this is the link where the map is captured. And I just drag here, and then I create a rectangle. I mask them. And usually I will create this as a symbol because I can create, I use it later. I use stock map because this is the stock that I use. And I create as a symbol. Every time I need to grab a map, I just symbol and insert anything. That's easy, right?
That's good. That's good.
So I need to send them back is a control option command and down. Let's say we need to search box here. Okay. One thing that I have found here now is actually Material Design released a stock version of their icon, but sadly that sketch is not allowed us to use the glyph. So I go back to Illustrator to grab the glyph, the icon that Material Design provided. So this is the Illustrator that I use. Actually, I'm looking for the search. So this is my Illustrator, and I need to use, I need to find a search. Sorry. I'm looking for search. This is it. And then I need to change that as outline. I copy it to Illustrator, to Sketch, and I can use it later. So here's my icon. Same thing that I need to add the color so I can change it later. Oh, I need to. So here it is, icon search. Why that I using this method? Because it will save our time. 24, 24. With a symbol. Okay. I think I need to change the primary as a blue, the color as a blue. I usually reuse all these elements in my design. Let's say I need a divider to differentiate from this client name and our application name. And then we need a search bar after that. Because the search need a little bit subtle, I change that color to gray. And I can change this into body large. Search by city or I remember I create icon, its name more. I can use this and then resize it as a smaller one. Let's say so you can scrap that later. This is the divider. Okay, done. I have the frame. Now we need to create the stats. So the first thing that I do that I will use my symbol method. Usually that I use a symbol. I'm sorry. I use color as my background, and then I create. Let's say that this is the icon that I use. So let's say this name is global sales target. See, I usually use align heavily in my design. Number. So you. I lock this here. Usually I group this, and then I set the pin. This is going to be left. This is going to be left. And this is going to be left. So when we resize it, it will be the symbol behavior will be as we wish. So we can rename it as a card, and then this is let's say copy, and then we can create as a symbol, which we can use later. One thing that I need to tell you is we can rename this layer, so we can this is global sellers, so we can, this is less a title, cut title, and then this is as the value. Sorry, this is the value. You can rename the, this is the icon. So when you go back, we can rename all these things. We can override it. Let's say this is a global sales target. This is a global. We can arrange which one is we're gonna appear before. So this is icon first, and the value title. We can change that by rearrange the position of the layer. So this is gonna be background. Cut value and icon. I think this is a better way to arrange this. So this is cut title gonna be global sellers. This is correct. Gonna change this as a global sellers. I'm sorry. Or global achieve. Global sellers achieve. And this is global revenue. This is branch, total branch. This is gonna top performer, country, performer, country. We can just type anything we want. You can resize it and see this is how this is the thing that we didn't want. So we can go back in our symbol and then we can set this icon as a fixed size. So when we resize, it will keep its size. See? And then I think we need to resize this thing. So this is auto, this is the fixed one. So we need to set this as a fixed one. You see this? You see before? Let me undo for you. This is I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the one that we haven't set before, and if we set this, that's gonna be the same. That's gonna change the behavior of the symbol. So we need to make sure that we set that to our preferences. See?
Okay.
But oh, just Lorem, I think so we can save our time. So we can create another thing. So you can reuse it later and later. Do you have any question?
Yeah, so we have two questions from the audience. The first one is how you deal with icon symbol with stroke instead of fill. How to manage the stroke color as it can be masked.
Actually, for Sergio, if you use a line as an icon, I think that will gonna be a disaster because when you resize it, the line will gonna be the same, acting the same. You will keep the line weight is the same. Let me show you why. Let's say that I use this as icon. I just get this and then use as an example in our design. I just underline it. So they're gonna no mask at all. Okay, no mask at all. So if you see this, we didn't use just what we're gonna use border. One thing is if we use the same width, if we resize it, you see it will have the same line weight, and when we resize it in a smaller way, it will retain the weight. So it's just will be a disaster if we resize it to a smaller one or a larger one. So I recommend you never use line as your icon. Rather that you use the color instead. Do you see the differences?
Yeah, I can see it.
So
So
if you have a line icon, I recommend you. I'm sorry. I recommend you so you can outline it before you adding color into it. You can outline it first. See, this is, and you can change the color. So when we resize it, we stay attend the width, but it's not recommended for you to use line as your color.
so what should we do when the client asks for it instead? using our best method for the design.
Okay, so let's say that this is the line that we have. So this is like, I mean, let me change. This is 24. So this is too thin. You see, this is too thin for you to see, right? We can create this as 2-point width or 1.5 width, and then we can outline it. We can outline it. After this, we can add the color in our design. So it is better to use this method because we can use it later. So if you resize it, the line weight will change. That's my answer. So you outline your icon first and then add the color.
Okay, so another question from Dian Fahri. Is there which ones you prefer, PNG or SVG for coloring in Sketch?
I prefer SVG for color in Sketch because
Why?
PNG it's a bitmap. So when you resize it for a larger one, it will pixelate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your vector
yeah,
fans, big fans, not the fans of big net. Yeah. See it. Okay.
yeah. I think Sergio asked something, Ben.
So yeah, this is maybe an expectation about the sketch in the future. Maybe we can use the outline icon properly soon.
Yeah. So this is the method that I used before. So when you use that method, let me show you. So I am unable to use Illustrator, so I move to Sketch. This is my you see this is I use all. If possible, I am gonna use this icon. You see this method that I use. I can change the color. I'm sorry, I am not using that method before. But this is I learned that using symbol it can save my time. If you see this, you see there's a lot of repetitive element that we can change into symbol, and it will save our time if we need to fix that later in second or the final fix.
Okay. Are we done with the dashboard? Do you have anything to add? Any elements again in the dashboard, or is it going to be complete now?
I can add another, so we can now we can create a symbol to create a graph. So creating the graph, I can use the same method that usually using the color. And then I just drag and then resize it, change the color. Let's say this is for the graph. I can just keep copy and paste. I'm sorry. Okay, just copy and paste. Then I solve it later. The one thing that I like from Sketch that we can enter the size and all that gonna apply in the same in all that. So let's set the width as a 16. 16. We can, let's say this is 12. I don't know if Topcoder allow us to use a plugin to use create chart. I know that there's several plugins that allow us to create chart easily. Just click and click, few click and then voila. But I think that is a instant way, but it's also a cheating way for us because client will never know how that. So I create this and change this to gray. Usually use a line to help me work faster. Into another two. Okay. Country total sales and total sales.
Are you going to put it into as a tooltip?
Yep.
Let's see. Maybe some marker in there.
I'm
Some
sorry.
marker, location marker.
Yeah. I need to go back to my glyph. See that I create a color. I mask them. Just in case that I'm gonna use that later. So that way that I can change this dot. Can change this as 50. So let's say this circle is the total sales per country. The larger it is, the more of the sellers occur in that country. And then we can have another indicator is the color. If we see color change, like this green is the country performance is good. And then we can use another color like green. So green like this green, sorry, yellow. Yellow is not prominent. We can sense that as orange. Orange that this country has problem with the sellers. So manager or the executive gonna have a complete view that this country totally have a problem in it. So like this, Javan has a slower growth. So we can put that color indicator on our design.
Cool. So the dashboard is getting shape right now.
Yeah, and this is it. In 1 hour, we can create this something like this.
Cool.
So if client asks to change, maybe, oh, I don't like this color. Can you change this into anything bright? We can get it done by just clicking this thing. So this is, we need to change this. We can go, like, let's say this is client need to change as a green. We can change this, and then we can select the symbol here. We can change all this default state as a green one. You see this is changing something like this. So this is selected, and client asks we need to change. Let's say the selected will be white, and then dashboard and the icon color will be a green or blue one. We can use it, can change it here. So this is white, and we can change this color into green or blue. and we can change this color as a blue one. So it's faster that way. Let's see.
So in case you want to create another screen for the dashboard for the what
Yeah,
is it, the second menu and
yeah,
the third menu, that will be very easy to do that, right?
yeah. Let's say we create the second screen, and then we need use sellers as the selected one. We just use this as a selected, and this is as a default. Is that easy? You see?
Yeah, I can get it.
Yeah. So this way we can work faster and efficient in Sketch.
Cool. So I think that's it. This is really good dashboard, and I think at least it's going to get a checkpoint prize.
Thank you.
See, okay. So thank you, Erianto, for giving us some live design that is really helpful for me, especially because I'm still new in Sketch tools. I usually use Photoshop, and I can see the benefit of it, and I believe I'm probably going to switch into Sketch or XD for the future and
Mhm.
for design tools. Is
Oh,
there
one thing,
something that you,
yeah,
yep?
one thing that I want to add that uh, when I work with Sketch, I usually before I use Illustrator in my design, you see this is my design using Illustrator. If you see this is the final one, or this is using Sketch. Sorry, I have previous one using Illustrator.
So you have a good,
Okay, this
really
is
good files arrangement, right?
okay. Yeah, this is I using Illustrator. You see, this is my design. I use this is as this is the source file, the final source file. You see that I use one presentation for presentation purpose only. So this is a kind of mass. So in Sketch, I can put all that in one design. So web, I can arrange web for my design in pages, and then presentation wise, I can put it here. So I can just use that. Let's see that I export this. Let's see where we're gonna put it. Okay, this is it. So I can use this presentation, well, or the tablet, so, or anything that we can use in one file. So when we go back to our design, we can see just one file in my submission. This is all the file that I have.
I see.
So
That's really cool.
this is UKit library. So when I know that sometimes client asking for UKit library, so you can just export that faster to save our time.
Yeah, Sketch also now can be the sketch file also can be opened in the other design tools like Figma and the latest XD.
Yeah,
So it will be it's really good thing that gives some impact in the Sketch popularity and the ability for editing the editable.
yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you, Arianto. Jesse,
thank you,
I'm
Fajar.
giving back. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys. This was really helpful. And thank you to everybody joining in and listening in. We really appreciate it. So have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.